Despair Academy.
Hey everyone, Ultimate Despair here and welcome to Mushroom Musume, a new, cool, and very unique looking visual novel where you grow your own cute mushroom waifu. This game's been on my radar for a little while. I know absolutely nothing about it, I just know that the art style and premise is absolutely incredible, and I can't wait to hop in. But before we hop in, I want to give a quick shout out to our latest subscriber, that being David Cruz. Thank you so much, welcome to the Despair Academy. And as of recording this video, we are so close to hitting 300 subscribers. So if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. Now let's hop in. And as you know on this channel, we love obscure visual novels. Once upon a time, there was a humble recluse. Though they had no need for society, they did often find themselves home to a loneliness that they could never quite shake. In the morning the sun would rise, at night it would set. The recluse would observe this splendor, knowing that the sight would be made all the more beautiful by having someone to share it with. It wasn't that they desired a relationship. Perhaps it was a flame that had burned them one too many times, or perhaps they were simply disinterested. No, a child. That's what they wanted. Someone to take care of, to teach. Unfortunately, it was a longing that could not be found, not in these woods alone. However, we are never quite as alone as we think, are we? One day, a witch appeared, as if drawn by the intensity of the recluse's desire. The lumber that the recluse had spent the morning gathering slipped through their hands as they stopped her, the witch of the woods. She began to speak. You desire a child, yes? For some, those are quite easy to come by, but not you, it would seem. Let us make a deal then. If you do 3 simple chores for me, I will present you with a daughter of your very own. Okay, so apparently I kind of misread the game. You are not making a waifu, you're making a daughter. Okay. I take back my words then. The recluse, caught up in a moment of naivety, quickly agreed. Okay, daughter checklist. Also, I love how the cursor is a mushroom. That is so cool. And meet daughter, little smiley face. The witch, knowing that the recluse was destined to accept, simply nodded and began to deliver the first of these so-called chores without hesitation. However, the music is really quiet. It's better. Growth struggles to be achieved without presence. Offer me that which embodies the emotion you would provide for your daughter. The recluse pondered for a moment, thinking of what they had to offer. What do we have here? A stone lawn ornament, a prized gem fragment, or a deteriorating book of poetry. I'm assuming that those symbols mean anything? I don't know. Let's take the mushroom of the eye. Prized gem fragment. If there was anything worth showcasing the sheer wonder the recluse would have for their daughter, it was a small glittering fragment that kept secret. Like a brilliant emerald, it glimmered unlike anything else the recluse had ever seen. But even they understood that beneath its surface caused something ethereal. Returning to the witch, the recluse held out their offering. But the witch holds up her hand in protest. It is a beautiful thing to offer such passion. Merely the intent alone shall suffice. Feeling a tender hollowness, the recluse declined to answer. Okay, that's task 1 done. The second day. The recluse slept more soundly that night than they had in ages. Having a purpose again soothed them, even if they had found themselves caught up with a witch. They elected not to think about that though. Instead, when the morning came, they simply did what they had to do. Which is to say, they got up and went to meet with the witch. Upon watching the recluse's approach, a sardonic smile lit the witch's face. You complete your first task admirably. 2 more and I can finally give you what you want. She paused for only a moment before delivering her next message of import. Your child will come into this world with little to her name. Let us even the scales. Bring me an heirloom, something she will forever value. The recluse thought of it briefly, searching through their home for an object they had pictured. A dark weather tome? Probably not. The sharpest knife you own? That's probably even worse. Your most used cast iron skillet? Yeah. I mean, it's pretty valuable. In both practical use and sentimental value. Let's take the iron skillet. Passed down from generation to generation, the skilled seasoning had never once left an ancestor down. It wouldn't let their daughters down either. It will serve her for her entire life, and with luck, she will live on to pass it to someone else too. Bringing their prize back to the witch, she simply gave a smile. How perfect. After their brief detour to meet with the witch, the recluse resumed their normal day-to-day schedule. Third day. With 2 assignments complete, the recluse would feel their excitement grow. I think the music's still a little quiet. At least that's what it shows on my little thing here, yeah. If the witch was being honest, and for some reason they felt that she was, then that meant that this would be the last night they spent without a child. They hoped so, at least. That was all they could do. Barely remembering to get dressed, the recluse dashed to the meeting spot. Again, the witch had been waiting there for them. Welcome back, recluse. Are you prepared? Today's a big day, is it not? The last task is an easy one, or at least I believe so. Bring me something colorful, something bright that you think will suit her. When they were first told of the 3 tasks, the recluse had imagined things that were much more difficult. This seemed so easy as to be a trick. Which, they supposed, only meant you should take it seriously, as if a mistake could mean death. With death in mind, the recluse needed to decide where to search for color. Field of Flowers? I mean, that's kind of a pretty obvious choice. Or a stony river. I don't really see how a stony river would be colorful, so I'll just give her some flowers. If someone wanted color, where else was there even to consider? The recluse decided to make their way to a particularly idyllic field of flowers. The field was filled with an overwhelming amount of choice. Before long, the recluse narrowed the options down to a few. Black pansies, a Stygian omen. I mean, you wouldn't really choose black flowers if you want to have color. Or maybe it's like the kind of flower that's just called black, but it's actually purple. Cardinal flowers, a prideful red bloom. A pumpkin. Foxglove, purple bell-like blooms. And milkweed, the bright orange herald of the butterflies. Well, as purple is my favorite color, we're gonna take foxglove. Wild foxglove. These flowers had always enchanted the recluse, standing tall on the edges of the path. It was as though they were alluring them, tempting them to stray from the path. Perhaps today the recluse just might. An edge of the temptation can be healthy. Oh, and now it's got a purple filter? It's a little more magenta, if you ask me. The recluse returned to the witch's hut, colored item in hand. She silently took the object, nodding her head to the recluse in recognition. The recluse stood there for a moment, unsure, before finally the witch realized what they expected. Oh ho ho, you want your promised daughter, don't you? Her voice was almost mocking, but at least it was not overly cruel. I suppose I must tell you that I lied, human. I do require several more trifling things from you. Ah, so we're not gonna meet a daughter? First, it's a matter of payment. You want blood? My soul? The recluse should have known that everything is for a cost. Pay me now with wealth? Pay me now with life? Pay me sometime soon in larger quantities? Pay me at a much later date in the way I choose. I don't like the implication of the knife there. I mean, I guess we could just take a loan? Pay me now with life, so you want years of my lifespan, probably? Wealth. I mean, I live in the middle of the woods, so... I mean, what wealth do I have besides the beauty of life? I think taking wealth? Take all my money, I just want a daughter? They offered their coin purses to the witch, and she took it wordlessly. After pocketing the whole pouch, she returned a single coin to the recluse's hand. This will be sufficient, the witch smiled. With the payment settled, the witch simply smiled and handed the recluse a small pot. Humans are tricky, but mushrooms are much more resilient. Consider this an upgrade. Don't worry, eventually she will develop a mind. Simply give her time, as much as she needs. Soon your wish will be in full bloom. I suppose with all that settled though, there was one last thing for you to consider. A young girl needs a proper name. The recluse thought of the witch's demand before offering the final thing they had to give. What's her name? Oh, I didn't even think of that. How about we just call her... Call Little Despair. Little Despair? Okay, fine. Just call her Despair. Or Despair Junior. Then she walked away, only fate knowing if the two should ever meet again. Chapter 2, Cultivation. Though the recluse was unsure of the specifics, it did realize that it was important to heed her instructions. Care for the pot and the dirt and everything that lay within. So the recluse geared up, as any parent should, and assessed the things they need to raise a child. Finances, in case the nearby village has goods or services that you could not provide. Nutrients for the child to help it grow strong. They would need plenty, as it would be depleted on a daily basis. And finally, the recluse's own stamina could not be ignored. One cannot burn the candle from both ends indefinitely. Thus began the longest growing season of the recluse's life. We actually got stats? Okay, that's cool. Finances, I mean... Yeah, we got one, because... which took all of our money. You realize that, buried in your new goal, you've forgotten to feed yourself, or procure any human food, really. What seems the most nutritious option? To the woods for foraging? To the village, their market has many exciting options. What was this mushroom for again? Looks tasty. You're not gonna eat your daughter? Sneaky morsels away from your charge. So I'm guessing this here drains your stamina, this drains your wealth. And the other things I don't freaking know. I'll just go foraging, or can we just go click on info? Ah, this Despair Junior, the purple mushroom. Why would you even have the option to make your name this long if it just doesn't fit on? If it doesn't fit on one freaking column. Okay, it's potted. Notes. And my stats. Environment acceptable, affection, quality. Okay. Yeah, let's just go foraging. You know where to find food. It's been something that you've never struggled with previously. It's part of you. Nothing can change that. Not even a mushroom. Didn't pay attention to that drain of stamina? I don't know. Making your way of your favorite nook, you quickly find what you were after. Of course, the generous bounty of treats for your daughter is a nice bonus. This decision being made, life continued. Okay, getting a bit hungry. Harsh weather has taken its toll on your garden, and your entire harvest has been lost. Oh. Weeks worth of food and labor has been rotted and destroyed. Without immediate action, you and your daughter will be in trouble later down the line. Till the garden again, start over from seed. Accept loss for now, you can make do. Ah, you can see here, so over here, that drains our stamina because it's highlighted purple. And over here, I guess it's a mystery event? I'll get 6 stamina, it's fine, we can do over. No use crying over ruined crops, you simply make adjustments to your garden. Okay, much more nutrients and 2 stamina. It's a good deal. There'll be less variety this season, but you'll live to see it. That's what matters. The decision being made, life continued. Huh? What's happening? Is my Pokemon egg hatching? Gain the trait. Oh, that's something. Your daughter has changed in the night. Huh. You wake in the morning to the sound of something moving about your home. Your daughter has grown a pair of sturdy legs. Great, so now we can work the fields. The creature walks about easily, using her new strength to push and rummage through your belongings. Ah, they grow up so fast. Her demeanor seems cute and helpful, often following you as you go about your daily tasks. And encourage her cooperation, spend time nurturing her environment, motivate her to do something safer. Nah, kids these days need to learn independence from a young age. Guess we can spend some time nurturing her environment. What does she look like? Okay. Traits mushroom creature. Mushroom has grown some extra limbs and is a bit more ambulatory than you'd expect. Okay. You decided now's the best time to promote her growth, spending extra effort improving her living conditions. Your daughter seems to appreciate the attention and emotes cheerfully. Yeah. Decision being made, life continued. One evening, you hear a light knocking on the door. Quite a rare occurrence. Peeking through the window, you witness none other than the Witch of the Woods standing on the doorstep of your humble hut. What, you want to check on my child? Ah, and here you have the days of the season, okay. Could you be here for a visit, or to settle a debt? Privately request a stipend? We don't need that. I guess we can introduce her. As long as you don't want my firstborn, which in this case being Little Spare. Perhaps it was time for your daughter to meet the witch. She could maybe even learn a thing or two. The two of you answer the door and invite the gloomy woman inside for dry and awkward small talk. Something about the way the two absently stare at each other. You wonder if they've made some sort of connection today. The decision being made, life continued. You awaken only to discover that your daughter is covered in tiny parasitic creatures. No! For the sake of her health, you should probably find a way to get rid of the little pest. Buy some fine herbal? No. Encourage her to embrace the change. No? Give the child a thorough rinse. She's all organic, leaves and be. No? Give her a rinse. Gotta drain my stamina though. After a moment of contemplation, you gather the requisite components for a soapy bath. Is soap suitable for fungi? Your daughter, thankfully, seems to enjoy the experience. The creatures are dealt with. The decision being made, life continued. For some reason, that line goes kind of hard. No matter what you do in life, life goes on. Something's happening. Gain the trait. Child? Question mark? Oh. Okay, so now she looks more like an actual toddler. Daughter has changed in the night. Look at her. Okay, yeah. Child? Despite a rocky introduction, your daughter is a child as any human child now. Okay, cool. They grow up so fast. One morning you notice that your daughter is nowhere to be seen. After some searching, you find a massive clump of mushrooms resembling your daughter's protruding in a small clearing. Brushing away some of the freshly turned soil around, you can see the top of your daughter's head, having seemingly undergone a transformation. She twitches in response to your probing, and shifts until the earth again covers her head. Oh, she wants to be like a mushroom. Buy her a nice gift to celebrate. Take her out? No. I'm assuming like this one here is where the mushroom doesn't look too healthy. This is kind of like, I don't know, abusive maybe? Let's wait for her. Let kids have fun. Your daughter seems intent on being underground, so you won't disturb her. After waiting for an hour, you decide to let her be and go about your daily tasks, occasionally return to check on her. Later in the day, you return to find her sitting in the clearing. The creature had now taken the form of a young girl. A decision being made, life continued. I need to get some more food, or get a job, or maybe, I don't know, sleep. While sitting at home one day, you hear an unexpected knock at the door. Unfortunately, when you go to answer, you find yourself face to face with a man that you never wish to see again. Though he was older now, the scar running down his cheek was unmistakable. It took me a while to find you this time, recluse. The sound of his voice sends a long-forgotten chill down your spine. This man is a former business partner, from a time when you did work that was less than admirable. I'm sure all this time alone has given you plenty of time to reflect. Are you finally ready to get back to business? I mean, I could kill the man? No. Oops. I can't go that far. Agree to business with the man. Beg the man to leave you alone. Give the man a significant sum of money to go away. Yes, 1 coin. I mean, I'm sure my daughter would understand, right? That need some money to give her the best life possible, but if I gotta become a criminal for that, or go back to becoming a criminal, I'm just gonna beg, also because it's got an image of a flower bouquet, so maybe that's like the most peaceful option. You're older now than you ever were before. Things that used to suit you no longer do. Though it is not something you often find yourself prone to doing, you drop to your knees and clasp your hands together. You explain that you're a parent now. There's a reason you live outside of society, and you would appreciate it if he simply allows you to continue the way you are now. He listens to your words carefully, and his response comes slowly. I suppose I'll accept that, but only if you kiss my boot. Fine. Do you kiss the man's boot? Yes. Through gritted teeth, you bow down from your kneel and kiss the leather of his boot. This elicits a joyful laugh from the man. I never thought I'd live to see the day. Guess you're all-in-one parenthood thing now. Haha, well, have fun with the bread, I guess. He waves, then turns around and walks away, hopefully for the last time. So deal drains you, but at least it's over. Stamina question mark? Oh, I'm exhausted. You haven't been taking very good care of yourself, and you find yourself so worn out that even leaving the house can be a challenge. If you continue out without regard for your own stamina, you might very well die, okay? Yeah, I need to rest today. You'll sleep when you're dead, which may be very soon. No? Just sleep for the day. You'll be no use to your daughter in this state, so you decide to spend the day resting. Also gotta get some food. Sitting in bed, you think about your daughter and all the tasks you'll get done tomorrow. The decision being made, life continued. An end? One night you find yourself struggling to sleep. Your mind wanders as you consider your current place in life. You've lived peacefully with your daughter for many moons. Initially it was strange. Well, it never stopped being strange, but you were always thankful for the company. Besides, the affection you felt for her was like any parent would feel toward their child. That was normal, at least. Your thoughts turned to the concept of time, particularly. How you were once alone, and how you are afraid that you will be again someday. Your daughter has had more and more curiosities about the outside world. It's only a matter of time before she wants to strike her own path. You hope you will be fulfilled now. You hope you've done enough. Ultimately, you find comfort in what you've done. You may have had many failures in your life, but there's one thing you know you can die proud of. And a new beginning. Telling the recluse that you want to see more of the world wasn't an easy conversation. Oh, now we're playing as the girl, okay? As they grew older, you worried about leaving them on their own. Thankfully, your concerns were unwarranted. They were happy that you had grown enough to want to make... They were happy that you had grown enough to want to move out. They even offered to help you build your own home, close to theirs. You were welcome to visit anytime, obviously. Faster than you would have anticipated, the two of you built your home together. They showed you all the tricks they knew, and made sure to impart as much knowledge as they possibly could. Finally the day arrived. You were officially on your own. You were scared, a little, but also excited. It felt like a new chapter was just beginning for you. Loving parent. A girl on your own. You have a ruddy purple chanterelle. Awesome.
Ultimate Despair Live.